evening, everybody, and welcome those of you that are new to the channel, and a special thanks all of you that have sent me a tip at some point, because I think I need to flush my radiator, because I think I messed up and put the wrong kind in my Volkswagen, although it was just a couple ounces, so I'll see if it gels and talk to people that know more than me. It was dark, but it's like 10 degrees Fahrenheit here, and I'm like, that could be a little too diluted, and it was pre-mixed, but time will tell. You know, I really don't want to have to do that tomorrow, but I can if I have to, or I can have someone who knows more than me do it and put the actual Volkswagen specific antifreeze in it, which is a bitch to find out here. Anyway, I have a bunch of videos that I want to do that I haven't gotten to yet, and this is mainly because the one I'm about to do now is going to take precedence simply because of simply because of it's about dealing with narcissists on the holidays, and well, that's something that some of you will be doing here very shortly. For those of you that are low contact, obviously I discussed in another video that no contact isn't always an option. So sometimes low contact's the best you can do. So what this video is going to be is 5 things not to do if you have to see a narcissist that you're low contact with on this coming holiday. Hence why I want to get this out today. Actually, I should have did it earlier. So if you're new, please like and subscribe. Comment below. It all helps the algorithm. And if you really want to be nice, you can Venmo me or cash at me or send a super thanks to show your appreciation to this nobody who continues to talk into this microphone, because all of you listen. Don't ask too many questions while you do that. Don't ask. Just keep doing it. But in all seriousness, I love getting the comments from those of you that say my videos help. That is the whole reason I do this, you know. Why this channel exists. I wanted it to be a, you know, raw, uncut channel for everything that I talk about, with no flair, and I'm not doing it for effect or attention. I have things that I want to say that I think other people want to hear, and there's not too many people willing to say them, especially the way I say them, because saying the truth can sometimes get you in trouble, as I've learned and continue to learn. So it's an important point. 5 things you should not do if you have to see the narcissist this holiday. There's some keynotes that the narcissist can sabotage any holiday event, any event really. If they're given the chance, they'll do it. And if not, they'll try to create their own. Covert narcissists will find fault with any effort made to bring joy. So anything that takes the attention off them, they're going to try to quash to get the attention back on them. And overt narcissists may give lavish gifts as a way to prove, you know, how much better they are than everybody else. You know, look how good I'm doing. Look at my stuff. Look at my stuff. Look what I have. Stuff. Happiness equals stuff. So for those of you that are hopeful, you know, that the best can happen, like, oh, maybe this person will be on their best behavior, it'll be different this year, and or, you know, you're on some nostalgia trip about the holidays of your youth and trying to recreate it, but now there's narcissists in the mix. No, don't hope for the best, because both types, covert and overt, and not to mention borderlines, all have to be the center of attention at all times. And it's important to note too that those with NPD or BPD, they don't get better with age, they get worse. They get worse, okay? So narcissists in general have a hard time celebrating big events because, you know, again, it takes them out of the center of attention. They need their spotlight. They see it as their spotlight. Narcissists often, yeah, I got my notes here. I made some bullet points. Narcissists will try to sabotage anything that brings others joy, especially if somebody else is the center of attention. You know, no matter what that other person has going on, anything that takes the attention off them. It's important to note that. So if you're doing holiday celebrations and you got a covert narcissist, they find it hard to let anybody else be the center of attention, but also if somebody is at all, like, not just in the spotlight, because I mentioned that, but at all starts to feel superior to them, or, you know, the covert thinks somebody is acting or being treated superior to them, they'll lose it. They'll lose it. They'll do self-deprecation. They'll do whatever they can to get the attention back on them, positive or negative. Because with a covert narc, it may not always be the attention of, look how great I am, I'm better than everybody else. Covert narcissists will want people to pity them too, although nobody likes pity more than the borderline for the slightest thing. Covert narcissists will be passive aggressive. They'll judge the food, decorations, gifts, like, man, you could have spent more money than that, or turkey's dry, things like that. They'll just be snippy and passive aggressive the whole time, and they'll look for a way to sabotage things. They'll try to get other people riled up, push people's buttons, try to cause arguments, whatever they can do to cause chaos, and then they'll try to swoop in as the voice of reason or whatever they're going to do. Just get them back in their spotlight. With an overt narcissist, they'll be puffed up, strutting around, talking about all their material things, talking about, how much they spend on gifts and, all their bonuses, all their materialistic stuff, what they drive, how many women they've hooked up with, things like that, how they got one over on somebody, how the rules don't apply to them, just basically how great they are and how there's a separate set of rules just for them, and that everybody else there should be honored just to be in their presence because they're such in demand, because everybody wants to be around them at all times. Everybody wants a piece of the overt narc. They're just the shit. They're James Franco, a good example. I don't like him at all, and actually he knows it because I met him years ago and almost took a swing at him, but alas, 2007 was a long time ago. Okay, so the 5 things that you can do to avoid giving a narcissist of either type fuel to ruin the day. Do not start an argument because it can lead to emotional damage, narcissistic rage, and it can trigger their victim complex, which they'll try to spread to everybody, because remember, with any narcissist, if I'm miserable, everybody's miserable. Yeah, they like to drag everybody down. Don't tell them how to behave, and, don't seek pleasure in your defiance of them. By all means, defy them, but don't, be snippy about it, because that'll send them, all into their, don't you know who I am, all that, who do you think you are, all that fun stuff. So, defy them. Be very cold, very factual, and use logic. Keep your opinions out of it when you're defying a narcissist on the holiday. Just hit them with facts and logic, point out double standards, let them dig their own grave, basically. Do not assume you can convince them of your perspective. Remember, in their world, they're always right, and you, especially if you're a scapegoat, are by definition wrong. You're not allowed to be right. So you're not gonna win them over, but you just can say things that they're not gonna agree to it, but that they can't dispute. That's the best you can do. Don't expect to reach them through heartfelt emotions. Don't try to get them to take part of it's family holiday, all that stuff. Oh, look how happy the kids are. No, because with them, it always has to be about them. Engage them if you must, but keep it surface level and casual. I know, nearly impossible for an INFJ. I know, but not all of you are INFJs, so those of you that aren't, you should be okay. INFJs, go hide somewhere. Go hide. Straight up, go hide somewhere. Number 5, especially be careful not to humiliate them, put them down in front of others, call them out on their bullshit and lies, because all narcissists hate that. And man, if you challenge their authority, will you ever get a narcissistic meltdown? It's quite fun to do, but again, if you're at this holiday function that, assuming you want to be there, because no one can make you go there, you might want to, not get into that, because narcissists never forget. They'll bring up about how, they were insulting you and then you said something true about them, but that's off limits because they said so. They'll bring that up 2 years later. I know. In general, too, I'll throw in an extra one that I just thought of now and I should have mentioned it. Gray rock. Learn the gray rock method. Gray rock. Gray rock. Always the gray rock when you must be low contact. That's probably your best bet. Or go hide somewhere, or don't go. So given that it is this time of year, and many of you who are low contact, will be guilted into taking part in family events, I wanted to give 5 tips for those of you that feel you must be low contact instead of no contact. Remember, please like and subscribe and comment. That doesn't cost anything. It helps the algorithm. Hopefully these videos help, and doing that will help these videos reach others, because yeah, I'm nobody, and this isn't fancy, and YouTube's all about making the big shots bigger. And if you want to send a tip because this channel's helped you, the Venmo link and Cash App link are be in the description and in the about section. There's also the super thanks button. Be much appreciated, because I think I need to get a radiator flush, and there's more money that it is what it is, I guess, and I hate that saying. Anyway, trust your intuition. If you feel you must engage with the narcissist, trust your intuition about what topics you think will be okay and when to pull back or when to go hide somewhere. But still, even when trying to keep the peace in a low-contact holiday situation, do not sell out your integrity to please the narcissist, because I'm going to say it again, they're never pleased.